So I hope everybody can see some of the pictures from the previous tour. They are playing on the background. So this is the trip that Michelle Becci and Debbie Lencioni are proposing to you and to everybody every year. So not this year, unfortunately, but that's why we are here today. So yeah, I think we can start. We are almost everybody. We will have 1 hour and 15 minutes today to do this great tour together. So I would like just to start to introduce myself. My name is Carlotta, and together with other two Italian girls, Gisella and Isabella, we run Bay Area Italian events. That is a startup that is focused on promoting the Italian culture here in the Bay Area through different kinds of events. As I said, the reason why we are here today is because is to take a trip that it was supposed to be physical, but of course got canceled because of COVID-19. And I'm talking about Magic of Montalcino tour that is organized by two amazing ladies that I'm going to present you in a little. And so every year they give you the possibility to travel with them to the wonderful city of, sorry, I'm meeting people while I'm talking to you. So as I said, they give you the opportunity to travel with them to the wonderful city of Montalcino, which is located in the Tuscany region. And they organize different kind of activities.
Her own instincts.
Can someone mute himself? Let me check.
I made her kiss a toy and then I scooped her up like ice cream.
Hi. Can you? Maybe I can mute. Okay. I did it by myself. So what I was saying is that they organize different kind of activity to discover all the beauties of that area that area has to offer. So since this year it was not possible, as we all know, to travel to Italy, they partner with us to take this trip virtually with you this morning. And in order to give you a taste of what it could be to, you know, if you ever decide to travel with them in the future to Montalcino. So today what we are going to do is walking downtown, meet and talk with, you know, local people, visit an historical hotel and its restaurant, and do our wine tasting of the famous Brunello red wine. So just as I said, just a couple of rules for today. I will ask to please mute yourself because we will give our guests the opportunity to talk at the very end of this event during a Q&A session. And if in the meanwhile you have some curiosity or questions or doubts, you can write them in the chat and I'm going to read them loud at the very end for you, or you can of course read by yourself. So without further ado, let me introduce our guests today. So we have connected Debbie Lencioni and Michelle Becci. They are two Italian-American partners that are in love with Italy, especially, of course, as you can guess, Montalcino. And they are the promoters of this yearly trip to Montalcino. And we are going to talk about it with them very soon. So ciao Debbie and ciao Michelle. Yeah. And then we have Lisa Maria Anni Chiarico. She's an Italian-Canadian teacher. She's a translator and a writer. And she collaborates with many locals in the field of winemaking and tourism, and in addition to teaching English to preteens and to adults. Ciao, Lisa.
Ciao.
Then let me admit some other people in the meanwhile. Then we have Michele Macchetti, and he's the manager of the communication and the marketing of the family-run hotel, Albergo Il Giglio. Let me unmute some of the, yeah. So if the new participants can mute themselves. Okay, let me do it.
In the middle.
Honey, yes. Which one?
Look, hit in the middle like this. Look. Yeah.
How come I can't hear anything?
You might have
Let
muted.
me mute some of the participants. Okay. Okay.
Leave it. She's speaking.
Can someone mute themselves, please, so we can continue? Okay, perfect. Thank you. So the other guest we have today is Michele Macchetti, which is the manages the communication and the marketing of the family-run hotel, Albergo Il Giglio, that we are going to visit very soon, together with the restaurant. And then we have Stefania Platini, which is the partner of the wine shop where we will have the wine tasting, Enoteca Pierangioli. And she also the partner at the best ice cream shop in town, Gelateria Why Not, in addition to being the creator of the new project Montalcino Tutto Attorno that promotes tourism, culture, and business in Montalcino and all around. So before going to our virtual tour today, I would like to ask a couple of questions to our Debbie and Michelle. So first of all, if you can tell us a little bit about yourself and to introduce yourself.
Ciao.
Yeah.
Ciao.
Deb, you going first?
Sure. I'm Deb Lencioni-Keefe. I am a mother of 2 adults. That's a little scary to say, but it's true. I also have a catering company that I've run for 30 years. I am Italian and I love Montalcino. Michelle was so gracious to introduce me to Montalcino, and I immediately fell in love with the people, the community, the everything, the vistas. Michelle and I actually bought an apartment there together, and that just shows how much we love it, and we would love to share it with you because it's such a special place, and people who've been on the trip say the same thing, and now you get to have a little taste today. I hope you enjoy it.
Thank
Hi,
you.
everyone. My name is Michelle, and I live in New Hope, a little town in Pennsylvania. I'm of Italian descent. My grandparents are from Sicily and from Naples and from Le Marche. And I have an Italian food blog that we founded with my brother back in 2008. It's called Our Italian Table, and he lives outside of LA. I live outside of Pennsylvania, and he cooks from the West Coast, and I cook from the East Coast, and we post our recipes. And then most recently, we're very excited. We just started something called Our Italian Table a Casa, at home, which is an online shop which brings some of the merchandise that we bring home to our own homes from some of the Italian artisans that we just love and adore in our travels to Italy. So I'll talk a little bit more about how Deb and I met in a second, but we are grateful you all joined us today. Thank you, and can't wait to share Montalcino with all of you as well.
Thank you. Thank you for the introduction. So maybe you can tell us which is your, connection to Montalcino and why you love this city so much.
Yeah, so back in 2006, my family did a family reunion with some relatives outside of a village in Tuscany. And 15 of us descended on Montalcino on a rainy afternoon. We had lunch at a little restaurant called Il Grifo that's still there today. The same waiter, Irving, still waits on us when Deb and I have lunch there. And I fell in love with the village, and I just kept going back and back and back year after year. Got to meet some fantastic people like Lisa and Steffi, who we just adore as our dear, dear friends. And then I would get the opportunity to come over and actually cook with the women when they had festivals. And then they did invite my brother and I over to actually cook for the village, for the quartieri, and which is the little neighborhood sede headquarters, if you will. And Deb and I had just met about 6 months before. I was at an executive women's retreat in California called Parrot Camp, which is a fantastic event. And Deb was the chef, and we became immediate friends. And I was at her house about a month later, and I said, hey, I'm going to this little village in Italy to cook. Do you want to come? And she didn't even miss a beat. And she said, absolutely. And she and her daughter came over with my brother and I, and we got to cook for the village. And when we got there, they actually had these signs all over the village announcing our dinner. So this is our 15 minutes of fame. We were sitting in the piazza and Deb was like, look over there. And sure enough, they had these signs up. So we just fell in love with it. And as Deb mentioned, right, for us, it's more than, you know, Tuscany's phenomenal, the great views and the wine and the food, but it really is the soul and the people of Montalcino that just makes it so incredibly special. And we do hope today we can share just a little bit of that magic with you, because we absolutely adore our little village. So thank you. Grateful you're all here with us today.
Okay, and so maybe you can explain a little bit more how is your tour working, and you know, you can share some of the activities you do normally when we will all be physically allowed to travel over there.
So we go truffle hunting, we do wine tastings, we have cooking classes, and one of them is with two nonnies from a very small town about 20 minutes away from Montalcino, but still within the municipality. And the two nonnies teach us how to cook gnocchi, and then we usually, if it's nice weather, we eat with the town down the middle of the street like you see in all the pictures. Our experience for you, our wish for you is to experience Tuscany in its true form. We love the people and how they're so welcoming and loving and treat you like family. So that's the basic theme of our trip. We are going to see wonderful things, but the connections that you make and will have for a lifetime are the most important things to us.
Okay, perfect. So I think we are ready. And then of course, we will get back to you during the Q&A section. So if someone has any kind of questions and want to know more about the tour and about Deb and Michelle, of course, you can we can talk to you more during the Q&A session. So now I wanted to, you know, I don't know if it's an expression, but pass the ball to Lisa, which is waiting for us at Hotel El Giglio. Lisa, are you there?
Yes, I'm here. Buongiorno a tutti.
Oh, there she is.
We are standing in the lobby of the Giglio Hotel in the center of Montalcino. And I'm standing here, of course, as you know, with Stefania and Michele. And we've had some guests who just walked in, so this is live, right in the center of the hotel. So I'm going to start off asking Michele a little bit about his hotel and the history of, Michele, can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Giglio Hotel and how important it is to Montalcino?
Hi, everyone. Well, yes, this hotel exists in Montalcino since 1898. So has been part of the town's life for more than a century. In fact, in our brand paper, in our brand logo, we still report what it was at the end of 1800, electric light and drinkable water, because was something not so common at that time. We still use it because it's part of our history. We came across to the management with my family in 1995. So this year we are going to celebrate our 25th anniversary in this place. And yes, I grew up down the road, just 50 meters from here. And after the high school, this place became for sale. So with the family, we decided to try this adventure. And it worked out because we are still here.
Yes, it's been quite an adventure. And tell us a little bit how important this is for the people of Montalcino. It's not just a hotel for tourists, but the restaurant is
really important. Because you have to imagine that 100 years ago, the situation here around was much more simple and poor than now. There were no hotel until the bigger city around, which is Siena. Small towns like Montalcino didn't have real restaurant, but only small osteria with very simple food. So this place was like a jewel for that age in town. And in fact, it's known to be the place where all the parties and the celebration, all the wedding parties has been celebrated for about a century.
Yes, actually, many of my students, I teach many different people, and they've told me about baptisms, first communions, weddings that have taken place, the dinners and the lunches in this restaurant. So it's very important for the people of Montalcino. And one more thing. So your mom is the chef, yes, of the restaurant. Yes. Dad Mario is heads up the wine list.
He's the joker.
He's the joker. He does a little bit of everything. Great man. And so your mom is the chef, and I want to know, I'm curious to know, what is your favorite item on the menu?
Well, that's a good question. It's mom. So there is not only one recipe that I love. I love most of the things she do. I could say everything she do, because it's exactly the meal I grew up with. Yeah. She do very good handmade pasta. She do very nice game meat, a bit of everything. Morning cakes that we used to serve for breakfast, the biscuits and cookies, many things. It's family food. I mean, a bit revised because, of course, we are a restaurant, but everything starts from a family style food. So
yes, and many people from Montalcino also, not just tourists, but many people from Montalcino come for dinner with their friends and yes, for wine tastings as well.
Yes, we are glad to meet lots of local people, because I say that this place, it's part of town's life. So
excellent. Okay, so maybe we can show everybody around,
yes, with
this
pleasure,
place. I'll just see if I can move around here. So we are standing at the bar, the coffee bar, which is used for breakfast. I'll just switch around my camera. So here we go. We are, now as you can see, I'll just try to go very slowly here. We got this is the breakfast area, the start of the breakfast area, and someone's had their hand in the cookie jar. Anna makes very good cookies, biscuits for morning breakfast, but someone's been in there. All right, so let's go, Michele, maybe you can show.
Anna just confirmed the missing one will come within half an hour. She's just cooking now.
She's baking up a new batch, so I'll come back for that. Okay, we're going to go now. I'll just let the light adjust so you can get an idea.
To the dining room. This is obviously the most requested table because of the view.
Yes, the view is looking over the Val d'Orsa, the Orsa Valley. That building you see opposite was a monastery convent, but now it is the hospital in Montalcino. And I'll just show you a little bit of the breakfast room here, the little corner. Okay. So breakfast is served. What time is breakfast served, Michele?
7:30, 10:30.
Okay.
We have a buffet breakfast with either continental and American breakfast, salty and sweets.
Great.
Different things.
Okay, now I'm going to step down into the dining room, where the restaurant part. As you can see, they're just getting ready for the service, because in Italy, in this part of Italy, dinner is served about 8 o'clock, sometimes 7:30 to 8. So they're just preparing here. And of course, the valley down below. We've got the little cobblestone streets down below. All right.
Very beautiful.
Now I'll just, yes. I'll just make my way back to the lobby, if that's all right with you.
Sure. Okay. So this will be the hotel where, you know, if you're going to participate in Magic and Montalcino tour, you will be stay. So, and eat at the Fables restaurant. So that's why we wanted to show you this place. Wow, look at the fire pit.
Beautiful.
With all the wine.
With all the wine.
Of course.
Yes, very well known for its wine list, a very impressive wine list. Okay, I think that, let me see here. I think we can head out from Giglio.
Okay.
Beautiful.
So we will meet up with Michele a little later, possibly.
Possibly, yes. If
Hopefully.
the work let me get out, I will join you
in the
for
piazza.
an aperitif. Yeah.
He'll join us for a spritz.
Cool.
Okay, thank you, Michele.
Thank you for visiting us.
Grazie,
Thank
Michele.
Thank
Grazie,
you.
Michele.
Ciao.
Thank
Ciao.
you.
Ciao.
So
All right.
now, Lisa, is you're taking us downtown, right?
Yes, I'm just going to go out of the front door here.
Okay.
A moment. And I'll just, if you could just hold on 1 second, I'm going to switch off that Wi-Fi.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. So.
Okay. And Stefania's waiting for me outside.
Perfect. Yes, we are waiting for you, of course.
Here we are. I'll just turn around. A car is coming through. We're on a narrow street here.
Okay. Okay, there you are.
Here we have the entranceway to the hotel.
Very nice.
All right. So Montalcino, the hotel is right on one of the main streets that come into the town. And it is the main street, actually, that walks into the town. And we are right 2 steps, very few steps away from the main square. You can see the tower. I'll just stop for a second. You can see the tower of the City Hall in the top of your screen. And there are a lot of people out there, it looks like. Now you will see people wearing masks because, actually I should get my mask on too. In the evenings by law right now, we have to wear our masks in public. And so here we are, we're at one of the main crossroads. And I'll just take a few steps and go up the street here to show you, to point out 2 things. Okay. Now at the beginning we mentioned that Stefania is a partner in the Why Not ice cream shop. And if you can imagine, this is where the ice cream shop is. If you can imagine lineups of people out the door and up the street, especially after school in the end of May and the beginning of June. We've had some very special guests at this wine shop, at this ice cream shop. Michelle Obama came a few years ago. She was very impressed with the dark chocolate and coconut ice cream. And last year, we had 2 famous chefs from the United States. Oh, here we have a little Vespa driving by. There we go, check that out. Can't get any better than that. Actually, I gotta tell you that our mayor rides one of those Vespas, and often he just pulls up in front of the ice cream shop, has an ice cream and talks with the people. It's quite funny. And so last June, we had Giada De Laurentiis and Bobby Flay hung out here for quite a long time. They even filmed how to make, that was one of our friends, he just stuck his tongue out at us from our quarter. And they filmed a lot of things, even how Andrea, Stefania's brother, makes ice cream. Now that will be aired next year, 2021. All right, so here we have a little bit of traffic right now.
It's Saturday night, right?
Saturday night, people are out. Ciao. Here's Andrea, the ice cream maker. Ciao, Andrea. Well, this is California calling. He says ciao. So there's a little door in the wall. I don't know if you can see that. Michelle, you let me know.
Oh, one of my favorite places in the whole world. So what's behind that door is actually a fish market. And it's only open Tuesdays and Fridays in the village in the morning, right, Lisa? Only in the morning?
Only in the morning, yes.
And for years, I would walk by that little door and I would watch the villagers queue up, and I so wanted fresh fish because it comes from the sea just an hour away. But I was terrified because you have to stand in line, and then you walk in. It's like a little cave in there, and the counter's like, I'm short, so it's up to my eyes, and everyone's watching you, and you have to scream out what your order is. And so finally, I got up enough nerve. I went home and I wrote down, okay, what's a pound of shrimp in kilos, wrote that down, wrote out what I needed to say on a card. I can still remember it. And I practiced and I practiced and I practiced. And finally I stood in line with my heart beating out of my chest and finally got in there, and I did it. I got to the counter, everyone was watching me, and I walked out of there with a pound of shrimp, no more, no less, but it is just the cutest, one of my favorite spots in Montalcino. So I hope we can share it today.
Wonderful, Michelle. I always think of you when I walk past that.
Oh.
And it is, and you have to know what you want, because, and also if you get there too late, there's nothing left. Yes, it's quite a, now this, we're going back down to the main street. Sorry, there are hills everywhere here. So trying to make it as smooth as possible as we walk down. Right, so there's a lot of people back in town because Monday school is starting, so people are getting back into their regular lives. Plus, there are a lot of tourists around right now. This is the main street. And Stefania is going to catch up with me. We have a lot of wine shops and little restaurants and things on this street. And there was a bit of excitement today. You can see, you might be able to see a few cars parked on the side of the road, because this afternoon there was this morning a car rally came through, and they parked their cars down in the center of town, and they're being judged on their beauty, the best vintage cars. Whoops. And here we're coming up to, strangely enough, there's no one outside here right now, but this is usually the place where all the locals go. They have one of the best views of the valley. It's a great place to sit and have a cup of tea or taste some Brunello wine and look out the back window, which you can't really see from here. We've got lots of ciao ragazzi. Well, these are my students having an ice cream from Buenos. And yes, have you got any questions, Michelle, Deb, Carlotta?
Not for now. Oh, let me check.
All right. I'm trying to walk slowly here. So
yeah. We can see.
Lisa, what's your favorite type of gelato?
Oh, my favorite. Oh, there's so many to choose from. Their pistachio, which by the way is pronounced pistacchio in Italian.
Okay.
Is divine. But I really like their dark chocolate as well. Oh, here we have some vintage cars. Gorgeous.
Someone is asking, where is the fall harvest bread, round loaf?
Can you repeat that?
Yeah, someone is asking, where is the fall harvest bread?
Where is the fall harvest?
Bread.
Yeah, bread. I don't know if something from Montalcino. I don't think so.
No, okay, is it too early?
Yes.
I can see in the chat. Some wineries have started to harvest. Now, Montalcino, the territory is quite big, and Stefania will tell us the numbers later. 310 kilometers and 92 miles, square miles. And the territory is quite vast. And so with the different conditions in the different parts of Montalcino, the southern area harvests first. So some wineries have started harvesting already, yes. And it goes on even till the beginning of October, but it depends on the year. This year it was very hot, very warm summer.
Okay.
So, yes. So here we are coming up to the main square, which is packed right now with cars. This car rally.
She was asking about the harvest bread. I believe that's only made in October. Is that right, Lisa?
Non ho capito The harvest.
The harvest bread. The
Honey.
one.
Oh, bread.
Yes, the bread.
Yes, in
Pancosanti.
Panquesanti. Ecco, yes. Panquesanti is only
That's
produced
Elisa.
around November the 1st. Up
Oh,
until
okay.
like October to November the 1st.
Yes,
Because
okay,
it's
that's
for All Saints Day.
okay. So it's
For
too
All
soon.
Saints Day. And that only during that time of year, we're lucky to get it for a month. Personally, I freeze it, slice it and put it in my freezer so I can enjoy it later. So I'm just going to stop for a moment and show you, this is a historical cafe from 1888, it's still running continuously. And wow, here we are. This is our city hall, our old city hall.
Wow.
Yes, this little square is the center of life in Montalcino. You can imagine thousands of people in here during twice a year when we have our archery competition, medieval archery competition, and the four quarters of town compete against each other. You can hear a pin drop.
Oh.
It gets to be quite exciting around here.
And
This
all
pharmacy,
these fancy cars are from the event you were telling us before?
yes, this car rally.
Okay.
I saw a video. Some of them had left the piazza earlier. They had moved on to the next little town. But yes, they're in this vintage car beauty competition, you can say.
Okay.
Here is a pharmacy, which has been here for hundreds of years. Originating from a drogheria, an Italian drogheria, and then apothecary, and then pharmacy. We're almost at coming up to coming up to Stefania's shop. And trying to go slowly for you to have a look.
Wow.
Now,
there's a lot of people.
There are a lot of people here tonight, this evening. There's Massimo. Ciao, Massi.
Hello.
He is a dear friend of Michelle and Deb's, and has his wonderful shop, Montalcino 5 store. And we are almost at the wine shop. Here's the other ice cream shop that creates ice cream. They have an ice cream that's made with Brunello.
Oh.
And we have the ice cream maker right here. Ciao, Maria. All right. Now we're going to go into the wine shop. Here we have Stefania and Sergio.
Ciao.
Va bene. Shall we go in? Yes. Okay. Let's go in.
So now, Lisa, we are in the Enoteca
So,
Pierangioli, right?
Pieranzi, Enoteca Pierangeli.
Pierangeli, okay.
See, we have Stefania. Hello. What would you like to tell us?
My name is Stefania. I work in this wine shop 24 years ago. In Montalcino, it's very famous for the Brunello. It's produced only in Montalcino city. It's not possible to make the Brunello in any part of the world. Today I have opened for you one Rosso, one Brunello.
Wow. Thank you. Oh, okay. So,
see, I will go down into the cellar.
Cantina.
Cantina.
Cantina. Okay. Wow,
Let me
that's
know
gorgeous.
Yes. Ooh. Lisa. Okay. Let me know if you can hear me.
Okay. Now it's good.
It's okay. Scusami. Allora, here we are. I will just set up the...
Okay, so we are ready for the wine tasting now.
Yes. Scusami.
Okay.
Allora, we can do without the mask.
The camera froze a little bit. Maybe the connection.
Oh.
Okay. Okay.
Are we okay?
Yeah. Yeah. Because you are very down the ground.
Yes. When we leave when we leave, I will show you how thick the walls are.
Okay. Maybe you can use the Wi-Fi
Okay.
over there, because your data is like we are losing you.
One moment.
Okay.
Can you switch on the Wi-Fi? Just a little bit of patience.
Just, one moment.
Yes, yes.
Yes.
There's a good
Yes,
story.
because we are underground.
Go ahead, Lee.
So if we can switch, okay, if we can switch on the Wi-Fi, otherwise you can maybe move upstairs and where the reception was very good.
Okay, I've got the Wi-Fi on now.
Perfect. Okay.
Okay. Allora, vai. Stefania.
Open for you is open. The Rosso in Montalcino 2010 for le chiuse. It's very old family. Is the cousin for the Biondisanti. Biondisanti is the first family to make the Brunelli in Montalcino. This is the first vigna is make the Brunello, but the name now is different. It's called Le Chiuse. Rosso in Montalcino is made for the Sangiovese grape, the same for the Brunello, but it's sold only 1 year. It's stay 6 months in the oak, 6 months in the inox. After 1 year, is put in the bottle and the shop. The bouquet is more fruit, is a red fruit. Is the sherry, the juniper, come si dice?
Juniper berries.
The sherry and the red fruit. In the test, I test for you.
Thank you. I wish it was me.
The test is very nice. The test is very balanced. It's velvet. It's not very tannic. It's not very acid. It's very elegant wine. It's okay for all food. If you wanted to eat pizza, sushi, beef, pasta, is okay. Rosso Montalcino is a perfect wine for all food. The age for the Rosso Montalcino is okay for 10, 20 years. It's not very good for long time.
To us, that's the one.
Okay, I'll just show if you can see the color.
Yeah.
Well, I need a white background, but
the color for the Rosso is the ruby color.
Ruby color, okay.
Ruby red.
Yes,
yeah.
ruby red color.
Lisa, can you zoom again on the label of the Rosso? Yeah. They are asking us.
Yes.
Just a real quick.
Did that come through?
It's 2018, right?
2018.
Okay.
This is the biologic wine.
So it's an organic vineyard, organic wine, official.
Yeah.
Okay, okay. And so this is the Rosso.
This is the Rosso.
This is a cost of 20 euro.
20 euros, okay.
Yes, per bottle.
Okay.
Okay. Good.
The other wine open for you is Brunello and Montalcino 2015, La Capanna. This is a very old farm in Montalcino. Is the property is in the 1967 is make the Consorzio Brunello. Is the Cencioni. 2015 is the best vintage for the Brunello. It's amazing vintage.
Oh, okay. Is it very strong?
Yes.
Because it's old?
Yeah, the color for this Brunello is the
Garnet
red.
Mm-hmm.
When it's old, the color for the Brunello is a little bit brown. It's red and brown. In the nose, you test the sherry and the violet. The nose. The test. The test is a tannic, is a little bit acid because it's a young. The Brunelli Montalcino is very good for a long time. more old, is less tannic, less acid, is open the body and the bouquet. The Brunello is amazing wine. It's very good wine. The Brunello, you found the regular wine. For example, this is the regular. Is the mix for the vineyard. Or you found the Grand Cru. Grand Cru, for example, this is Artesino. Is very famous farmer. Is called this wine is called Montosoli. It's a special vineyard for this farm. Is make the wine only in the best year, very good year. Is make not too much quantity the wine. And the wine is very complex. It's very good for long time for the conservation. For example, Montosoli is one for the best wine in the world. Is a take every year 100 points for wine spectator, for Parker, for wine enthusiast. The other type of the Brunello you found is the Riserva. Riserva is make only the best year or very good year. Is old for 6 years and not for 5 years. And for the Riserva is take the best wine in the barrel and not the vineyard. Oh. This wine is very good for long time. It's okay for 40, 50, 60, many years. More old, more good.
Oh, wow, that's amazing.
For example, in the wine shop, I have the bottle for the Brunello di Montalcino for the 1967. I have the Biondi Santi for the 1958.
1958.
Yes.
That's some old Brunello we have here.
Wow.
Yeah, this is very old, but the label is kaput.
Wow.
Yes, the label has seen better days,
Yes,
but the wine gets better and better. Yes, let's show the, can we show the color? We have so many bottles here under this.
It is the color.
I will come over to the light and show you the color.
Oh, wow.
That, wow.
Okay.
And this is a 1976.
So we can get some of the color there. You can see a bit.
Yes.
Yeah, when you open this bottle, you open 1 day before.
1 day before, so it can
Yeah.
get some oxygenate and get some air. And the dust is okay. It's okay. It's okay to have the dust on the bottle. This is from 1966. Another precious bottle from 1966. Now, when you open an old bottle, Stefania,
Yeah.
do you eat food with this type of bottle, or just to
food,
taste?
The Brunello food is all the Parmigiano cheese, or the cheese in general, is the strong flavor. The stick, the wheat pork is typical in this area. The Brunello is one of the stronger taste. It's not good for pasta, or for pizza, for sushi. It's completely different wine.
But Red Rosso, we can have with sushi.
It's okay for the sushi, yes. The wasabi sushi, yes, it's okay.
All right, and that's the end of our wine tasting here.
I have a question for you. So
yes.
Why we always, I mean, internationally speaking, we always hear more about the Brunello and not the Rosso, like you show us today. So I know that I'm Italian, so I know Rosso is another famous one, but Brunello is more famous. Why?
The Brunello is okay. The Brunello is very famous because I have the good relation quality and price. When you go in the world, you find very important wine for the Bourgogne, for the Chateau in the United States. The normal the price in this area, the price is very high. When you go in the Bourgogne, you found one premium cru, you pay €150. In Italy, you found the Brunelli Montalcino is very cheap wine. It costs €30. It's very good relation quality price. You have the very good wine.
Okay.
I think when is in 30 years ago, the Brunelli Montalcino is not very famous, but it's alright. The tourists for the Germany, for United States, for the Japan, is test the wine. the wine is very, very good. It's very good price. Now the price is a little bit expensive, but it's not this compared for the price for the Montalcino for outside for the Montalcino. Because, for example, in the Chateau, the price is very crazy. In the Burgundy, it's very crazy. In Montalcino, you found a very good, Brunelli. For example, this Brunelli costs 39 euro. The Grand Cru, this is the one Cru is take every year 100 points, cost 72 euro. The Reserve is cost 62 euro. You found a very good wine at a very good price. I think is the power for this wine is the quality and the price, because don't find in every part of the world the same quality, the same price. It's very important because this wine is very good for a long time. You open one bottle, have 40 years, it's perfect, it's a good balance, it's amazing.
And Stefania, do you drink more Rosso or Brunello?
Brunelli Montalcino. I like the Rosso, but for me, I start to drink the wine every 2 years.
2 years old.
I born not in Montalcino, but in North Italy. In North Italy, my family is make the wine. And my grandfather is give me the glass for the wine, make in Piedmont. Is very nice. No, it's not that nice. I want the Brunello.
So at 2 years old, she was already a wine expert because your mom is from Montalcino. That's why. This is a little funny thing.
Because when is the children, I drink this. My grandfather is put the wine for the Piedmont in this bottle for this farmer. And when it's test, no. It's a test for the almond. It's not the Brunello.
Wow. So she recognized that her grandfather played a trick on her and put the Piedmont wine in a Brunello bottle, this label. They tried to trick her and she could taste right away. Oh, this tastes like there's the almond flavor in here. It tastes. And so she knew it right away.
For me, the Brunello is my wine, my life, my all.
Yes, you've been here for 24 years.
Yeah. But it's 46 years.
46 years, our whole life.
Yes.
And Stefania ships to the US. So if anyone would like to get direct shipments, we'll provide the address that you can actually do that. She's a fantastic wine.
Really?
Wonderful.
Perfect.
Wonderful.
Thank you.
Okay. So,
Grazie, Stefania.
yeah, thank you, Stefania. And of course, thank you, Lisa, for being our...
The next year, Montalcino.
What? Sorry?
She said, we'll see you next year in Montalcino.
Yes.
Finger crossed. Finger crossed. Okay. So, so thank you, Stefania, and thank you, Lisa, for being our exceptional guide today. So now we can move to the question time. So, Lisa, I think you are going somewhere to wait for us, right?
Yes, we are just going to switch off for a moment, but we'll be right back with you.
Thank you.
Perfect. Perfect. Thank you.
A dopo.
A dopo. I'll see you later. Okay. So now I want to go back to our Debbie and Michelle, because it's question time. But before starting the real Q&A session, Debbie and Michelle wanted to show you, so we are, you know, going from wine to cocktail. So they wanted to show you how to make a real Italian spritz that, of course, we can drink together while we listen to your questions and comments. So Debbie, Michelle, are you ready?
Sure.
Cool, there she is.
Let me just fix this a little. Okay. So I like the Aperol Spritz, which is which is this beautiful bitter orange. And so the Spritz is made of Aperol, 3 parts, 1 part each is how I like it. So 1 part Aperol, 1 part Prosecco, and then 1 part mineral water, but some people don't put the mineral water in. It's up to you. I like the mineral water because then I can have more spritz. And it's usually served with a straw and an orange wheel, as Carlotta says, which I love. Well, that's not going in so well. I think I have too much ice, but you get the idea. And this is one of Michelle's beautiful towels that's available from Massimo's shop through her little shop. So cheers.
Salute. And I'm
a little bit Aperol, and
I'm a Campari girl because you can make these with Campari as well. Salute.
Salute. Salute, Cara.
Mwah.
Wow.
Mwah.
Great.
So I know the people that we've had in Montalcino, like when they try the spritz, it's pretty common here now, but it wasn't prior, and now the people that have been on our trips have our affinity for either the Aperol or Campari spritz.
Great. And Michelle is drinking as well, right?
I am, of course.
There she is. Okay. Do you have another version? Because we know that there are 2 versions of spritz, right? Do you have another version compared to the one of Debbie?
So Deb loves the Aperol, which is just a tiny bit sweeter. I'm a Campari girl, which is a little on the bit of bitter side. So spicy. And so Deb does the Aperols, and then I do mine with the Campari spritz. So
oh, cool. Can you show us the bottle maybe?
Oh, yes, we can. We got lots of these in the house.
Oh, there. Okay. So you drank a lot. Okay. So chin chin. Or cheers, chin chin, we say in Italy. So I just wanted to open up the discussion a little bit with our guests. So I don't know if someone wants to start. You have some, curiosity about Montalcino, about the tour, about the wine. I also may start with a question for you girls. So I'm interested in, so we have seen Montalcino, we have seen that it has a super cute downtown, but I bet you're not staying 1 week just in Montalcino, right? You are going to do some day trips as well. So maybe you can just show some of the day trips or the interesting areas that are close to Montalcino.
Yeah, we love to go. So we spend a day truffle hunting out in outside the village, which is great fun. We go sometimes over to Bagno Vignoni, which is another great little hill town. That whole area, it's the Val d'Orcia, which is a huge sweeping valley that looks out towards Siena and Firenze, and it's dotted with all these beautiful little hill towns. So we spend days doing trips out. Sometimes we go to Siena and see that beautiful little city. Other times we go to different little of the hill towns. We go to Pienza and taste the cheese. They make amazing pecorino cheese. And so it all depends on the trip, but we love to visit all the nearby hill towns as well.
Okay, super cool. And they're asking us if, does anyone know when Americans can travel to Italy? Unfortunately.
We hope soon.
Yeah. Yeah, so for now, I can tell you because I'm Italian. So yeah, for now it's very restrictive. And so a few countries, not only Italy, but a few other countries does not accept American people. So we hope that maybe switching year from 2020 to 2021 will bring good luck. But yes, so for now, we personally don't have any updates. Okay, so we can see Lisa. Lisa is back with Stefania, and they're probably drinking a spritz as well. You can, of course, I'm telling to the guests, you can unmute yourself now, and if you have any questions, of course, feel free to ask us. I want to ask a question to Lisa. Lisa, can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
Sì, non avevo attivo il microfono.
There she is. I have a question for you. So you are, you know, half Canadian and Italian. Do you move? Were you born in Canada and you moved then to Italy? And if so, why you decided to leave Canada to move to Italy?
Okay, well, both of my parents are from Italy.
Oh.
My mom went as a child to Canada, and my dad went in his 20s. So I was raised in a house which was essentially Italian, and it's always called me. It's a big part of my identity, but I couldn't really figure it out because I am Canadian, really. You know, my schooling and everything is Canadian. So one year I did a summer course here. And when I went back to Canada, I was really depressed. And one of my friends said, why don't you just go there? So I did for 1 year, and then I went back, same thing. So I just decided I'm just going to go and use I have dual citizenship because my dad was still Italian citizen when I was born. And I decided to take a chance and move to Italy. And I've been here for 18 years now.
Wow.
It's a long time.
Wow.
In September, I arrived actually in September, just at this time 18 years ago.
Happy birthday.
Exactly.
Okay, and
yes.
So we talk a lot about like wine, but can you maybe talk a little bit about food as well? So I know that maybe some people may be interested about there is a typical dishes or typical thing you have over there to pair, of course, with the Rosso or the Brunello.
Okay, we couldn't hear you because the car rally people. I'm sorry, could you repeat that, please?
Yes, I was asking about the food because we talk a lot about the wine, and maybe we wanted to know more about if there are any typical dishes or something that it's typical from Montalcino or, you know, the Val d'Orcia area.
Absolutely, that go with Rosso and Brunello, especially, or in general?
In general, let's say.
Okay, so typical food of around this area. So one thing we could say is the handmade, hand-rolled pasta, pinci. In Montalcino, it's called pinci with an N. Everywhere else, it's pisci without the N, but we're pinci here. And it's typically served with a meat sauce.
Is a meat sauce or for the bread or for the garlic. It's called aglione. It's very big garlic and tomato.
Yes.
This garlic you found only in this area,
yes.
the Valdicana and the Val d'Orcia area.
Yes, very special.
It's not very strong taste for the garlic. It's elegant. It's good balance for the tomato and the garlic.
So you don't have to worry. You don't have to worry too much about the breath, garlic breath. And the bread she was mentioning is a typical thing because, you know, poor cuisine using breadcrumbs. Stale bread, they would make breadcrumbs from that and saute a little bit in a pan with the best olive oil you can find and just serve it with that. Black pepper, a scrunch of black pepper, as Pasta Queen says.
Cool.
And that's one of the things. Other typical food from Montalcino. Montalcino actually is well known for its tripe, which they make with saffron because saffron grows really well here. The crocus flowers grow really well here. And there are a lot of young producers who are starting to produce saffron as well. Other altri piatti tipici di Montalcino?
Is make the trippa con lo zafferano.
Yes.
The liver with onion. Is make the zup, the papa al pomodoro, is a tomato soup, or the ceci soup.
Chickpea soup.
Yes. Or the ribollita is the cavolo.
Cabbage.
Beans and the bread.
Yes. Once again, stale bread. They never throw anything away. Everything has to be used. So all that is recycled and made into dishes, made into dishes for the next day or days to come because there is no salt in bread in Tuscany. So it goes stale and pretty much the day after and they reuse it. Also, in the crostini.
Crostino Toscano is in Toscana, in this area you found the pate is similar for the
liver pate.
Liver pate is similar for the French, but it's better.
It's better.
Way better.
And every Tuscan mom has her own recipe. And I've been lucky enough to taste quite a few because my students sometimes bring them to me. and so good. Delicious.
In Montalcino now you found the truffle, the white truffle.
I have a question.
The liver pate, the question came in, the liver pate, we just call it crostino nero, which is black.
Yeah.
Crostino nero.
So I have a question, Lisa. I don't know if you can hear me. I'm Chris. I was on the Magic of Montalcino tour last year. You did a fabulous job with the tour. Are you near the wall with all the wine labels? Can you show us all the wine labels? Are you near that?
Yes, we'll go over there. Stefania and I will go over there to show you we are right near where the Brunello Mattonelle are. By the way, Michele just sent a message in. He can't make it. He's very sorry, but he's got some clients in the hotel.
That's good. That's good. I mean,
so if
all right. So
we're considering the tour, it's an amazing tour. If you're considering it, you've got to do it. Michelle and Deb are so fantastic. It's an awesome experience.
Wonderful. So here I am. We're in front of the old city hall, which is now used just for weddings and the city council meetings are held there. But on the side of the wall, now there's a family there. I don't want to disturb their little ice cream thing. But we have these tiles here. Now these tiles, they started to put them on the side of the wall to represent each vintage of Brunello. And so, as Stefani explained, the Brunello is released 5 years after the harvest.
Yes, every year is give the valuation for the harvest. Every year is a start in 1992. Is make a
tile. I call it a commemorative tile or a.
Every year the special people for is the actor or the commercial, for example.
Here we have this one.
Is for the Oliviero Toscani.
Okay, I'll come up here. I'll show you this one. This one was made by Peter Weller, Robocop.
Robocop, yes. So you found this thing.
The man who designed this one is Olivieri.
Cavalli.
Yes, I can't show them to you right now, but
the Italy.
This one down at the bottom was designed by Sting.
wow.
The Michelin guy did a special one for 2016. That was a 5-star year, you can see. So they made the tile look like the Michelin guide. Sorry. So we have all these commemorative tiles here. Got a little baby who's crying a bit. We're in another piazza where there's a lot of things happening here.
It's called Piazza Padella, the slang.
Yes.
So they're asking which is, the typical time when Italian people eat. So I assume for lunch or dinner or breakfast. Can you share when do Italian eats normally?
Yes, around in Montalcino. Oh, we've got the bell, so it must be 7 o'clock. Our town.
7 to 5.
Oh, it's 5 past 7 because our clock rings the hour, tolls the hour, and then 5 minutes later it does the same thing just to remind us, just in case we're late or something like that. So in Montalcino, lunchtime is around 1 o'clock. In fact, they call it, instead of calling it 1 o'clock, they say il tocco, which was one of the first things I had to learn. Il tocco. What is that? It's just one ring of the bell. One ring of the bell, and that's so that when the bell rings at the clock tower, it's time for lunch. And dinner time around here is 7:30 or 8 o'clock.
Okay.
Yes.
I don't know if Michelle and Debbie want to, add something before ending our tour.
Can I say hello? This is Jean Olson and my husband Steve are here. I don't know if you can hear me.
Yes.
Yes.
I want to say hello to them.
Hello,
Lisa and Stefania.
Oh,
How are you?
Hi, Stefania. Steve, come say hello to Stefania. Steve and Jean came with us on one of our tours, and at the end of the tour, it was Steve and Jean to start, and by the end, they were Stefano and Gigi.
And then we went back on our own last year as well. So we were there 2 years ago on the Magic of Montalcino, and last year on our own. So
beautiful.
Fabulous time.
Nice to see you, Jean.
Good to see you, Deb.
Steve.
And Michaela.
Michaela. I can speak for both of us and say thank you to all the people who helped us with this, Stefania, Lisa, Michele, and we're so grateful for you, for your friendships, and for you being on this path with us.
That's it.
And thank you all who joined. We hope that you enjoyed it. I mean, we are bringing you a part of our heart. So we hope you loved it. Michelle?
Yeah, just to echo those thoughts. Stefania, Lisa, we love you.
Don't cry. Don't cry.
No, I always cry.
Please.
We love you guys dearly. It's great to see you virtually. How much we miss you, and we love you. And our hearts are in Montalcino. And to everyone who joined, thank you tremendously, because we're grateful that you're here and you spend an hour and 15 minutes with us. And hope someday you'll get to experience the magic either with us or on your own on a tour of this beautiful village. So love you guys.
Love you. And to Carlotta.
Of course, of course. Of course, on behalf of Bay Area Italian Events, I would like to thank you, to thank all the participants, and to thank all our amazing guests. So Debbie Lencioni, Michelle Becci, Lisa Maria Nichiarico, Michele Macchetti, and Stefania Platini for being with us, and of course bringing you in the beauty, and me, because I'm Italian but I've never been to Montalcino before, so I'm really happy to have seen a part of my own country thanks to you. So there will be I wanted to ask one last question, that yes, there will be a recording of the event, and it will be available both on Bay Area Italian Event website, and of course on MagicOfMontalcino.com website. We already have the dates of the future trip, so maybe of course you would like to check MagicOfMontalcino.com website for all the details, but maybe before leaving, Deb, you can share with us the future dates of the trip, so to let us know when we have to be ready to book the flight and stuff.
Well, the first one, I'll say the first one, Michelle can say the second one. The first one is going to be in summer in July, from the 18th to the 23rd.
And the second one is the September. I don't have the exact dates with me.
Oh, it's okay. September 27th to October 3rd. So,
okay.
Around those dates.
Okay, and I wrote it down.
They're on the website. They are on the
website.
Perfect. And I wrote to everybody in the chat. So of course you can take a look, and if you're interested in joining also Bay Area Italian Events next activities, you just visit our website or visit our social media to be updated on what we are doing. So hopefully we will do our other great tours like this one. So again,
grazie mille.
Thank you. Grazie a tutti. Buon weekend.
Buon weekend.
And yeah, enjoy.
Yeah. Grazie mille.
Ciao.
Grazie.
Ciao a tutti. Ciao.